I'ma fuck up my life. I'ma fuck up my life. We gon' party all night. She don't care.
Welcome to.
Hello.
Oh wow! Welcome to Ride or Die, episode 3. I'm your boy, Highland Deathbat, the boy with a flaccid wiener, and today
That's him.
That's me, and I got two guests here today. Why don't you introduce yourselves?
Well, I'm Cole. I was here before. I received some comments that my maggot story from the last podcast was gross, so I'll try to avoid that.
Let's tell it again.
And and this is my good lad pal, who has been listed in 2 Couch Force intros, but has never been in a single Couch Force video until now.
You mean like channel trailers? Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I'm Pal. I'm friends with Cole. And,
he's friends with Tyler, too.
I love him.
oh, yeah.
You go acting
I'm
like
friends
you
with
and
all these
Tyler
guys,
don't
but
even
I've
know
never
each
been
other.
on a show yet. So, this is exciting.
Here we are.
Here we are. Who was offended by your maggot story, or who was grossed
That
out
was
by?
Pal.
It was Pal. I mean, it was
gross.
It was a gross story. I mean, it was what a way to open up a very first podcast to talk about
Like, it just,
that.
we were talking about gross stuff, and you talked about the gross ants, and that
That's
happened
true.
to me,
It's true.
by the way, the ant thing. When I came back to my apartment, to our apartment, I had left a can of Mr. Pibb that was most of the way full, and when I poured it out, there were a bunch of little ants in it.
Mine
And I was like, man, that's gross.
Mine was gross, man. It was a lot. Was it like a whole lot, or was it just like a couple some?
It was like, I would say there was a solid medium amount of ants in that.
Okay.
Like, it was that can was probably a hot, 7% ants at that point.
Absolutely disgusting.
So if you can imagine a can, yeah.
So
Yeah.
what's up? What's everyone up to today? What's been going on?
Let's just go ahead and let it be known that for the first 2 podcasts, and I imagine most of the podcasts in the future, we've had a list of things to talk about. But this podcast, Pal asked me earlier, Cole, what do you want to talk about? I was like, I don't know. What do you want to talk about? And I was like, I'll ask Tyler. And then I was like, Tyler, what do you want to talk about? I don't know. I don't know what to talk about. So we're just gonna talk.
We're
all
very
right?
indecisive boys. Like
We're gonna.
I don't know. I feel like going into a video with topics is like, I mean, of course it's like the podcast thing to do, but it almost comes off as unnatural. And I want this to flow. And also I can always edit it if things don't go the way we want. But we have things in common. Video games. Like we played D&D one time, and me and Cole haven't played D&D in a long time, and I'd like to speak.
I love D&D. I'd like to get a serious, solid game of D&D in. I think that specific D&D session didn't work out because we were not super prepared. We're going to use this Dungeons and Dragons website, which I don't remember what is. But
Oh, yeah, it was Roll20.
Yeah,
Roll20 is a really cool website.
Which I kept using Roll20.
I'm not sponsored by Roll20.
I kept using it for hand guide stuff too later on. So I kept
it's solid. Like, if you're gonna do D&D and you're not all in the same room, then Roll20 is the thing to use. 'Cause you can upload playmats and stuff, and you can
Oh, yeah.
you can get in depth and
upload
make
your own
super
art,
cool
too.
little tokens and stuff. But we didn't do that. We uploaded really crappy JPEGs and
we drew
just kind of
dicks
felt
on the
around
page
for
and
a little bit.
everything.
Yeah, it was a grand time.
I don't remember.
But
Pal drew his own, right? Like that's your character, right? That's in your profile picture right now.
Oh, yeah.
Well, that's not who he played as, though.
Yeah.
No, I wasn't playing as that.
Oh, okay, you weren't playing that.
No, he was the DM.
Oh, yeah, that's right. That's
I was
true.
DM.
That's right. I was using
That's a hard
my
job, too.
character.
Yeah.
I think.
I would imagine that'd be really, really cool if somebody super planned ahead, and I would like to do that eventually, but I don't know. That's a job at the same time.
Yeah. Everybody in the group also has to be committed.
Yeah.
You have to be like, we will make time to play this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I
It
think
doesn't happen all the
There
time.
was literally, I've been a part of 4 or 5 D&D groups at this point, and the latest one that I play more than twice.
I think I would enjoy.
Twice was the record up to that point.
I think I would enjoy the Roll20 more now, because that was my very first D&D experience, and now I've had some physical playtime, and I think I would be a lot more comfortable with it next time
From the
around.
bit of experience I have, I think that in person is a lot better, because if you have a caring DM, that is like the best thing you can have. Because the little situation we had going on in Johnson City, I think was fantastic, and I hope it comes back eventually. Devin, if you hear this, you're a beautiful, beautiful golden boy, and I hope that you decide to bring back D&D. But if not, it's fine. If not, it's fine. I'll cherish your way of DMing in my heart forever, and hope that one day I can make such a thing happen. That was awesome. And anytime I tell anybody about that sort of experience, that we were in a D&D group that had like 30 people in it, they're like, whoa, that's too many people. And we're like, nah, man.
You don't understand.
You get it. It was a society. It was awesome. Like, nobody disliked it. It was so fun.
Yeah, because I think people on first hear, they think that you mean like 30 people at once, but no.
Yeah.
It's like 5 people.
And then I like, we have a buddy. I'll say the buddy because he's been on Couch Force. Robert, who is in. He's only in one episode, but he's in Behind the Scenes Part 2 with the Jelly Bellies. And he is a avid role-playing game fan. And when he heard the whole thing about, switching around groups and everything to meet up and play, he wasn't too attracted to the idea. And he said that he thought that a lot of the fun of D&D comes with just meeting up with your personal friends and having one solid group and progressing together. And I can agree with that.
Yeah, I can see
but
that.
At the same time, I think it's expanded. I think the experience of role-playing is enhanced because it really feels like you're going to like, I'm about to get on some real nerd biz,
bring it.
all right?
Let's see it.
It really
Let's
is
hear it.
like going to a guild and meeting up with other adventurers to take on other stuff. Like, you don't know these people, but you all have a common goal.
And
then it's cool because like we had a Facebook page where we all talked in character, real nerdy, but real cool at the same time. Like, it was serious, but it wasn't like so serious to the point of if you went on there and said, yo, should I bring like a pizza? That someone would be like, Knave! I don't know what that is.
It kind of makes the
cool.
experience of finding that group that you really like, and then when you eventually get that group back together, it's like so much more powerful.
Yeah. So like we had people that were like, "Yo, this is the dream team. Like, I love meeting up with other people, but this squad right here,
Is the
this
boys.
is the squad I know that I can really get stuff done with. That kind of stuff's cool." And then there was also like before we quit, they were planning a tournament where like everybody could pit their characters against each other and fight, and that was just awesome. That was an awesome idea. So
That's exciting.
I think that so like the multiplayer D&D idea, you got to have a solid amount of people to do it. But like if you can get a community together to work like that, that's awesome. But at the same time, I can understand how that would be really hard. We were like doing it in this guy's house, and he had roommates. And, whatever. I can see how that can be a lot. I can see why it doesn't happen anymore. But it was cool while it lasted. I hope for something like that in the future.
One cool thing some game shops and comic book shops have is the D&D Adventurers League, which is a Wizards of the Coast promotion.
Oh, is
And
is that the card game that just came out, or
No,
is that something
no.
completely different?
It's a time and place for people that don't have a group of players to go and play D&D with a bunch of strangers. And it's similar to that. You
Yeah,
just
that
come in
sounds
every
kinda similar
week,
to
you hold on to your own information, and then you usually group up with somebody new every week.
That's sick.
And it's really fun,
Yeah,
and
that
everybody
sounds
usually
actually
stays
really
around the
cool.
same level.
Yeah.
I was
feel
always
like-
wanting
I
to
feel
try
like
that, but I
if we
never
went
got
to-
around to it.
Yeah, we have a local comic book shop in Middlesboro, Kentucky. I'm gonna shout out real quick. If any of y'all Kentucky Renos out here want to go to Crater City Comics, they got some solid stuff. But I feel like we could go there. And the store owner knows us and likes us a lot. He met Tyler a couple times
Good
and
boy.
said some very choice words to him, but they were funny words. They were
Just
good
say
words.
just say Cole sent you, and there you go.
It was a good time. But yeah, that would be a solid place to do that kind of thing.
Oh, free plug for that. CraterCon's coming up, y'all. So
Oh yeah, I forgot about that.
May
CraterCon.
26th is CraterCon. So if you
I forgot
you want to
about
go, hit it up.
I don't know what all's going to be there, but there's a convention.
Me
It's going
neither.
to be in Middlesbrough.
Couch
and
Force
I'm
is gonna
excited
be-
for it. Couch Force.
Couch Force is going to be
We're
there,
gonna
yo.
have our own stand, dude.
Wow.
I'm going to be selling
By
baked
that,
goods.
we will be
that-
standing there.
Yeah, and
We're
we'll
going to be selling the big nasty cookies that,
Yeah.
as you see in
has
this
our
episode,
disgusting face on.
it's got our little disgusting faces on them. But yeah, I like that we got to talking about board games.
Yeah.
Which, I mean, you were really listing off things we had in common, and board games we just kind of got off on a tyrant about.
I mean, I'm fine with that because I've never really got to play a lot of board games. It's always something I've wanted to do, but never got the chance.
There are a lot of good board games out there, and I never had got it. Pal got me into board games. And the reason
Board games are
Pal
great.
really even started hanging out to begin with was through tabletop games because of Magic the Gathering. Because literally, Pal and our boy Ruben approached me and said, "Hey, let's play Magic." And I barely knew him. I knew Pal a decent bit because I had class with him. I barely knew Ruben at all.
That's Ruben, though.
Yeah, I mean...
He'd walk up to anybody and be like, "Yo, we're going to the movies. You want to go?" And then be surprised when they say yes, and then they come to the movies.
And then that's how it happened, basically. And I brought Cody along, and it all just developed. But Pal has introduced me to several good board games, and one, I don't know if, I think I've talked about it briefly on Couch Force before, but I've told Pal about it, and it's a teacher of ours is making a board game, which is fantastic. It is really fun. Me and Tyler have both played it. It is called Lords of the Motleyverse. It is a fighting game made into a board game. And it is done so beautifully, and so, like, there's skill involved. There's, every board game, I think, is going to have luck involved for the most part. There is a luck component.
Yeah.
And, but at the same time, there's a lot of strategy, and it's just, there's so many characters, and it's just a wild, good time. All the characters are based on, like, old 80s cartoons and stuff. Yeah. And, like, he's got some Ninja Turtles in there. I think the main characters are He-Man and Skeletor based. Yeah. It's just so fun.
Maybe some Doom in there, too. I don't know. I can't remember.
Yeah, I know for a fact that Guts from...
Berserk.
Yeah. Yeah, like, you can all tell who they're paying homage to.
Yeah.
Like, I remember specifically the Guts character's name was Bowles.
Yeah.
Yeah. So there's a lot of stuff like that in there. It's a really solid, good time.
Yeah.
No, there's the obligatory cough.
One board game. Cole, you played this before, but we should get Tyler in on it. We should play Mansions of Madness one day.
I love Mansions of Madness.
Mansions of Madness. That sounds familiar, but I never played it.
Solid game.
It's like a light D&D type game, where you take on a role of an investigator and you have to investigate what's going on.
Yeah.
And it's a couple of different scenarios. You use a little phone app as the DM, and it'll walk you through it, or it will walk you through it. Yeah,
I think that's the coolest part about it, is they made it to where, being the DM is cool.
It's modern.
The person who sits out of and is the DM has to sit out of the game. And even though it can be really fun to run the game, it feels like you're missing out on that experience with your friends. Sitting around and playing Mansions of Madness with Pal and the guys back home. None of us knew what was going on. You start off in a room, and the DM tells you what panels to put down to make this mansion or alleyway or whatever you're in bigger, and it is it's really cool, and you can end up, people in your party can go insane and you won't know about it.
Yeah.
Like, I think there is, they're called Madnesses, and I think that there was, at one point, that there was a dude in our team whose goal was to set us all on fire, or something, something like that.
Oh, yeah.
And we had no idea.
One thing leads to another. You find a clue. You get trapped in an angry mob that just keeps pushing you around the table.
Man, that was mighty rough.
Yeah, I'd like to play that. That sounds cool. I don't know how we could do that. I mean, of course, I could come there or something. Or
for old CraterCon, which next time I come up, I'm gonna bring old Pal.
Okay.
Old Pal or
old
Cody,
good.
Or maybe both or something.
That sounds spicy to me.
Mm-hmm.
I mean,
I'll let people out on the airways know that I graduated, so now I'm stuck at home until I find a job somewhere.
Pal graduated, and now he's looking for a job. My favorite thing about Pal is that he often looks for jobs and often doesn't find them.
Yeah, I mean, that's me right now, so I mean, I feel you. I mean, although I'm just looking for something in retail. I don't know what you're looking for.
I started back at work today, actually.
Really?
Oh boy.
Today was my first day back.
How was Cole's first day back?
I mean, it was solid, I didn't remember how to work the register that well, but after being on it for like 10 minutes, I've remembered pretty well. I didn't remember what any of the buttons did, and almost like since I only worked last summer for like a month, because the hiring process for my specific Kroger took so long, then I went on a school leave. Nobody remembered me. Like nobody, like after about an hour, people were like, "Oh, I know you," but not even my manager remembers. Like literally, my manager approached me and said, "I don't know who this kid is." So. Yeah, but it was pretty solid. It just reminded me, it was almost. It's weird how it was almost nostalgic, even though it happened just a year ago.
And it was only for like a month or so.
Yeah, and now I'm back, and I'm like, it's not. It's definitely not a bad job.
It's because you rep that shirt, man. You took that shirt and you kept repping it, and you repped it in our videos.
But now I have I did rep it in the videos. Now there's even a new uniform. I showed up in the old uniform, and people were just like, "Who's this guy?"
We're just freak.
Now I wear a blue jean. Now I wear the blue jeans and a polo shirt.
Look at this Neanderthal over here.
Yeah.
How casual.
Technology. Yeah. Apparently they ran a thing last year. They were talking about it, saying that if we did a good enough job, that we'd get to switch uniforms. And I guess we did a good enough job.
How about it?
Got to switch uniforms.
Good job.
Yeah,
good job, Cole.
You did it, Cole.
It was all you. That 1 month.
They gave me a new badge. Yeah, I left my old badge here on accident, and they gave me a new badge, and they're like, "We don't have a badge that says Cole." And I was like, "Okay."
This one
and
says
they're
Tracy.
Like, we also don't have any blank badges, and I was like, "All right." So they got this big label maker and covered up one that says Josh. So it's Cole on a sticker, and you can see Josh through it. So that is my backup name tag, because my old one is a sticker too, but it's at least blank, so there's no Josh beneath it.
Yeah.
That's not suspicious.
But I can't imagine working fast food. Pal's worked fast food and retail at this point. Am I right? You've worked.
Yeah.
He's been a little all over the place with his jobs so far. I've only worked retail. I've worked at 2 different retail places, and I cannot imagine.
I don't even want
working
to.
with food, because it's unbelievable how finicky. Which, I mean, I can understand it, but it's unbelievable how finicky people can be with just their goods that are wrapped up and everything. I can't imagine preparing it for them.
Yeah.
And making sure that it gets to them. Yeah, I deal with enough disgruntled customers.
I mean, retail can be bad. You got just crazy people doing crazy things, especially at Walmart. But
couponers.
But I don't know. But food just seems so hectic and terrifying to me. You can mess up someone's checkout, but then you go to food and you mess up someone's burger and they throw a brick at you.
The thing
it really depends on your position, because if you're a cook, you're not going to deal with the person. Your front guy, the guy at the desk, is going to get all the hate for your bad cooking.
Yeah.
So when I was working at in fast food, it was pretty easy because I was working in the back the whole time, and all I had to do was cook food at KFC. I just threw shit into a fryer, and then I put it back onto the into the oven to warm up, to keep warm, and then I was done. I just went back into the back, cleaned up, waited for them to ask for more chicken.
True.
See, that doesn't sound too bad. But, the thing is about fast food is that, whenever people decide that they're going to get their first job, they really do have 2 options, as they don't have any experience. And it's the 2 base options are retail or fast food. And so not only does fast food generally have the people that are just starting work and are stupid, also has the people that can't get a job anywhere else are stupid and are stupid. So, and I mean, I know there's a lot of those in retail as well, but I feel like for some reason, and I don't know, maybe I'm wrong in saying it, but I feel like fast food carries the just this idea of, hey, this is the bottom of the barrel, just come on.
I don't know why. I do agree. I kind of feel the same way, but I don't know why that's the I guess stigma or whatever.
I think that the reason why is that fast food employees are very expendable.
True.
Oh yeah, there's a huge burnout rate for fast food.
Yeah, so that
they
I think the
work
turnover
you silly.
is just really high. So.
Yeah, they work you silly, and then they just find someone else that wants to do it.
Yeah.
So, See, I mean, that's the thing is like they can take advantage of having that reputation because their high turnover rate, so they can piss people off, make them quit or fire them, and then just get some new idiot to come in. And I mean, not to say that you can't get a good career in fast food. I know there are solid people out there that have worked their way up from the bottom and gotten to management and own their own stores and stuff, and that's solid, you know.
Yeah.
But you know, that's still, you know, that's rough.
It'd be so cool if I could just like casually make art and just have people like commission it for people, and that'd be so relaxing. That'd be so much better for me than anything else. I'd just be like working on my computer, drawing and shit. Like I just did that today. I did the channel art for my friend for $10, and I was like, this is cool. I like this.
This is thick.
It's awesome. A lot of people that I know like commissioned magic card alternate art.
Yeah.
They give you a card and then you paint over it.
That's cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's
Sounds like
a lot of money to be
northern
made in
thing,
that.
pal.
Huh?
I said that sounds like a northern thing, pal.
Yeah, it is.
Got him.
I've seen pictures of that board. Like alternate card art's really cool. Because you have
They do it
real
in Pokemon
cards, you know,
too.
It's like the Pokemon ones is the one I've seen more of.
Pokemon.
As long as you have the card and you can still see all the text and everything. There you go. And you can play that and be like, look at my cool card.
And you
I'm
smash
getting
that.
this. I let my buddy slap some acrylic paint all over this. Now here we are.
Looks much better.
Mine would be
It looks much better.
Yeah.
You know, it works out because we don't have really topics. We're kind of winding down off this, and I looked over and saw my Lost Pop collection and my collection of Lost DVDs.
Yes.
Pal helped get me into Lost because in my 7th grade year junior year of high school, I was thinking of the third of the whatever. My junior year of high school, I believe. It may have been even sophomore, something like that.
Get to it.
Pal
Come on
got
now.
on a conversation with our teacher about Lost.
Yeah.
And it was a theater class, and she was like, I love Lost. And Pal was like, awesome. And then we watched the first episode of Lost in class, so we could be like, you know, this is good theater. And then we ended up watching all 6 seasons of Lost in that class.
So how it started is really funny. The class started out with every Friday we'd watch a little bit of a movie and study it a bit.
Hold on, it wasn't even theater, was it? It was creative writing.
It was either creative writing or theater. I want to say it was theater.
writing.
It was one of the two.
I think that she made whatever. Anyway, go ahead.
But yeah, it started out as just movie Friday, celebrate the weekend. But then we started watching Lost. So we were like, okay, it's Monday, nobody really wants to be here, let's watch an episode of Lost. And then very soon it became Hump Day, so let's watch Lost to celebrate Hump Day for Wednesday. So we were just watching Lost Monday, Wednesday, and Friday at school every week until we finished.
I thought it was every day.
It almost
Did it
became
not end
every day.
Every day? I
think
remember we had a party in the end.
Oh, yes.
For the finale. I want Tyler to watch Lost so bad.
I do.
Lost is one of my favorite shows of all time.
And after every big cliffhanger, everyone would turn to me and be like, so what happens? And I'll be like, I don't know.
That's funny. I don't know. It's just something that's like, it has such a huge following. I just don't know how I could get into it at this point. I mean, I could.
No, it's literally just slide on in, dude. Like
Yeah.
it's an easy thing to watch. It's not horrendously long. Each season's
It's
like
6
10, 12
seasons.
episodes or something like that. Am I right?
It,
Am I wrong saying that?
it's a little bit of a chore.
I enjoyed it. I've watched the series twice now, and I enjoyed it both times.
I think I've watched
I enjoyed it
twice.
just as much the second time.
I'm trying to think of how many actual drama shows I've actually watched all the way through, or at least caught up to. It hasn't been a lot. It's been like Breaking Bad and Game of Thrones, and I mean, that might even just be it. I really don't know. I haven't watched a lot of like drama TV.
We just watched all of Game of Thrones together, and that was
Yeah.
awesome. But now we're stuck waiting alongside everybody else.
Yeah, which is
boy.
good. Which feels kind of good because I've never really been here. I was there for season 5 of Breaking Bad. I caught up and I was like, I'm with the boys, and now I'm there with Game of Thrones, and it's just I don't know.
Yeah. Also went back after watching that and realized that I made a Game of Thrones joke while recording Spyro, and that was before you could recognize it.
What did you say?
But there was a dragon named Todor, so whenever I saw that, I started saying Todor in the Hodor voice.
Oh, Todor. Yeah. Okay, I remember that.
Todor.
I remember that because I think I even like. It's even in the best of, and I like.
Yeah, it's in the. That's when I saw it because it was in the best of. I was
that's
like,
fine. That's fine. Yeah, I didn't even know.
Yeah. Better Call Saul is fantastic. It is just as good.
And I watched the first season of that too.
Yeah, it is so incredibly good.
I never watched that one.
When the new season comes out, I plan on watching it again because like I was watching it. I started watching it and was really enjoying it, and I was also studying for finals. So I don't know about you guys, but when I'm supposed to be studying or doing homework, literally like anything else that I would not, even if I wouldn't find it entertaining any other given time, is the most entertaining thing in the world to me.
Yeah.
Like I could watch paint dry and just be completely astounded.
Wow! Here it comes! Here it comes!
I mean, I really
it's almost there.
But like I was already I was already enjoying the show, and then I was trying to study that night. So I was like, okay, I'm gonna study for a while, and after I get this chapter done, I'm gonna watch another episode of Better Call Saul.
I do remember that.
And I watched an hour-long episode. Yeah, I was up all night that night because of it. I ended up taking like 6 breaks to watch Better Call Saul. And then when I got to that class the next day, I got there and learned that the test was optional. So like I didn't even need to be here.
Yeah.
Like, I was like, I could have not showed up and not taking this test and been absolutely fine. So,
surprise.
I took a big old sleep after that though. It was very nice.
Yeah.
I never got into Better Call Saul. Once I finished Breaking Bad, I was like, I'm done. I don't need this universe is now done for me. I don't need it.
I get that. That's why I haven't really fully continued.
I don't want to tell you a whole lot about it because it's an incredible show. But I'll tell you that the makers of Breaking Bad, I can't remember their names right now, but it's 2 guys, they're really cool guys.
Gilly and Willie.
They said that initially that they made Better Call Saul just to be like a little series to kind of capitalize on Breaking Bad's success.
Yeah.
Just a little bit more into that universe. They said that it's a disappointment of how much they love this show and how good this show has become and how like big of a following it's got because it has to end with Breaking Bad.
Yeah.
Like it has to end with end up where Breaking Bad ended up. So they've essentially written themselves into a corner.
Yeah.
Before they even thought about this.
Because they're really enjoying it. Yeah.
Yeah, and that's like they're really enjoying working with this, but they can only go so far with it because it has to end in this specific spot. So I feel like they're going to continue. I feel like the end of this series is going to end up touching more on what happens to Saul Goodman after Breaking Bad is over. I won't spoil anything out of Breaking Bad. I don't care how old the series is. If you haven't watched it, go watch Breaking Bad. It's absolutely fantastic.
Saul is just
if you're done with it, watch Better Call Saul. He's such a good character, and his name isn't even Saul Goodman, and you learn about it.
Yeah.
It's something he only says in passing in the show, like his real name, but you learn it in it's Jimmy McGill.
Yeah.
Oh man, I didn't know that.
Man.
Spoiler alert!
You spoiled Breaking Bad. You ruined television.
It's all over.
It's all over. No more television.
Cancel Teen Titans Go.
Television's dying, dude.
It's
like it is.
I honestly think within the next decade. I think the next decade is a solid guess, is that cable will stop being a thing.
It's possible.
I believe it.
Yeah.
Because every network is getting an app. Yeah, exactly. And like even YouTube has like paid content now to where networks are putting on YouTube and stuff. And they're like, that's ridiculous.
Yeah.
It's like it's where YouTube's not becoming YouTube.
It's been like if a show gets canceled, it usually sometimes and most times gets picked up by Netflix or Hulu and continues there. Like I think I don't know if it happened to Trailer Park Boys, but Trailer Park Boys is on Netflix now.
Yeah, I'm pretty
Black
sure.
Mirror.
See, like even people we streamed the Super Bowl. Like there's not even a reason to have cable for the big events like the Super Bowl anymore. So like I feel like the news is online. People like learn all their news from Facebook,
which is
like,
bad.
Which is horrible,
Yes.
because anybody can post anything on Facebook.
Yeah.
But what I'm saying is that there's no need for all that anymore, and it's just I think that time is passing, and it's really just passing on to something better. Internet is just TV plus.
Getting your news from Facebook is like getting your news from something really biased, like Fox News or something. Like it's not.
They're all really biased.
Yeah, I mean,
that's what I'm saying.
They are. It's true.
One thing I really like is the fact that when Netflix has a show, they just release the whole season at once, so I can.
Yeah,
binge it
I
in a weekend.
love that. Listen.
You binge the shows.
I am all about binging shows, and a lot of the time with the way the internet is right now, at least, and I hope it stays this way if they do get rid of cable, is that they do that. Like with My Hero Academia right now, I know season 2 is going on. Haven't watched a single episode because I want to binge it.
Season 3.
Because I binged the first season. Oh yeah, season 3. I'm sorry.
You got to be careful with that.
Because
I did that for One Piece. I did that for Steven, and I haven't watched a single episode since, and I don't have any motivation to do so.
I'll watch.
Man, I have full motivation for My Hero. Like I feel for it.
You say it? Okay.
Plus, I really do.
They just announced some My Hero Pops today, and they're tight as fuck.
Yeah, they're sick. They are absolutely sick.
Yeah, they're awesome.
Pal, you need to. Pal hasn't watched My Hero yet, and I know he'd love it.
It's really good.
I probably would, but I'm kind of done with those long, I fight for my friends anime.
Well, you need to be done with it after My Hero, because My Hero's so good.
It's
so good.
I kind of see that. Like,
I mean, yeah, I get it. It's
I
like
watched
a whole genre.
Naruto. I watched One Piece. I'm done.
Well, if you watched all of One Piece, then you're a monster. That's insane.
JoJo is I fight for my friends, but in gay format. So.
Hey, JoJo's doing pretty good. I've been enjoying those.
Yeah, Pal's been really enjoying. We haven't had a JoJo night in a little while, and I don't know when we'll be able to have another one since I'm working. But my first night off, I'll come back up and we'll have another JoJo night.
I watched part 1 JoJo when it came out, and I fucking been watching since. And then I went and read all the parts after that, and I've completely caught up on everything JoJo, and it's great.
I've enjoyed the animation so much, I'll probably just if I did read JoJo, I feel like I would go back and watch it anyway. But I'm just gonna wait.
Oh wait, I mean I've read part 5, part 6, part 7, and what there is of part 8. But I'm so excited for when part 5 gets announced. It's not even. It's my favorite part. Well, it's my second favorite part.
See, it's funny that we've ended up talking about anime, because I wanted to talk about anime for a second, alright? Listen, there are levels of anime, and I want to talk about it with you guys, because I know that you guys know exactly what I'm talking about. There are no shame to anyone, I think anime is like cocaine, I feel like
I'm listening.
The more you get, and the deeper you go in, it changes you.
It's the more you appreciate it, you start to appreciate it more. Like, if you just watch Naruto or Dragon Ball, you're like, this is good, but,
So, it's just... In America, that's generally what people start off with, is, the stuff they showed on Toonami.
It's the gateway drug.
And, like Pokemon, or Digimon, or Dragon Ball, and stuff like that. And then you start discovering ones that are like what you watched when you were younger, like My Hero, and stuff like that. And then I don't know if people just watch stuff made by similar creators, or if they're talking about anime and they meet some other dude that's like, hey man, you ought to try this. But they get deeper and deeper until they're watching sister lesbians.
Well, I mean...
And sister lesbians comes up to mind because a good friend of ours just watched one about sister lesbians called Citrus. And said it was fantastic.
Was that Alex or was that someone else?
Yeah, it was Alex.
It was Alex, yeah. It was Alex. I'll say it. He said it on something else, I think. Oh, my computer.
Yeah, he'll own it. He doesn't care. No shame to him. I'm sure it's a good show.
I mean, yeah.
But, that's the thing is, these shows get... I want to know, at what point, do you go from the average... I don't even know what I would say the average anime watcher is. Who is the average anime watcher? Would you consider it like us who dabble?
I think so.
We don't really get super deep.
I'm super weeb for some things. I'm super weeb for JoJo. I'm super weeb for Dragon Ball. I'm super weeb for My Hero and some other things. But I don't know all anime. There's still that really cryptic schoolgirl anime that we don't know about. Or
that's the thing is at what point do you go from a dude, and at what point would Cole Jackson, the dude who has a My Hero Academia poster, who has Dragon Ball Z pops, go from like who I am right now to having a body pillow and having figurines of busty girls and stuff like? When would that transformation happen? You know, when would I be that guy?
My opinion is, it's okay to like anime and be a big fan of it. However, you start losing people when you sacrifice your own personal personalities to become like a full-on anime person.
You become
the anime. I get it. I think people start like
when they make weed their personality, that's when you lose people.
I hate it.
I think the farthest I would go to bringing into anime in my life is I would probably get the figurines, not specifically not specifically busty bitches, but I would get like JoJo and I'd get some Dragon Ball figurines.
Yeah, I think the figurines are awesome. You know?
If there were some busty bitches in the bunch,
something about
whatever.
Listen, man, there's something about seeing something on TV or playing a game of something and then seeing it in person, like it's something you can hold. That's like, I gotta have that. I need that right now.
Yeah.
Nothing wrong with a busty figure. Now, if you have a whole wall of them, like in your public viewing space, people might go, this is who you are.
You need some elongated sausage in there somewhere.
It's only funny because I know exactly what Pal's talking about. That's a real thing that happened.
I think you've told me about it. I think I know what's going on.
Oh man.
And in like merch too, like I rarely wear an anime T-shirt unless it's like really subtle. Like the Starbucks one I have, it's Stardust. It's Stardust Crusaders, but it says.
Pal doesn't know who Stardust Crusaders is yet, but
spoilers.
Instead of basically, Pal, all you need to know is it's the name of part 3 is Stardust Crusaders, and on the shirt instead of Starbucks it says Stardust.
It says Stardust.
And it has a JoJo character on it. Yeah. So it's cool. It's really subtle and I like it a lot.
There is one that I do. I
don't wear merchandise. Oh,
I was just saying. Fucking boy, I'm just gonna say really quick.
Yeah, go for it, man.
Because we're still on the T-shirt. There's one shirt I do want that is JoJo, and it's not too subtle, but I don't know how often I'd wear that in public. Anyways,
see, but that's one thing about me.
You gonna interrupt Pal?
I grew up. Yeah, I am. He hasn't even started yet. I grew up around friends that I literally grew up with a friend who, and I won't say who because this isn't even that person anymore, but who would say, all right, I gotta go. I don't want my friends to see me playing this, or I don't want my friends to know that I watch this, or something like that. I was like, what? Like, I've never been that guy that's ashamed of what I like. Like, I mean, I guess I get it, but I've never been ashamed to say I'm a huge Dragon Ball Z fan, or I play Pokemon, or something like that. You know?
I mean, I pick bitches whenever.
But that's the thing is, I know people. You know, daggone it, be proud of who you are. Love yourself.
I mean, I like...
Love yourself. It doesn't matter what you like.
I like the color purple and pink, and I pick girls when I play video games. I don't give a damn!
You know what I got Tyler for Christmas?
Pussy.
You know what I got him? I got him a Sailor Moon pop. And you know what? That's fine.
I love her.
That's fine.
What a guy.
She's great.
Okay, back to what I was saying before. I was really interrupted by this Cole figure.
Can't believe
by both of us, actually.
No, it was... No.
So... one thing that's ever kept me from wearing merchandise is mostly the community that backs it. Because I never... there's just like some communities that you don't want to be a part of. For example, mine right now is
Steven.
Yeah. It's Steven.
Yeah,
Steven Universe fans are very toxic. And I think they miss a lot of the point of the show, personally. So that I don't wear any of the stuff. I would love to wear a T-shirt or have like a hat, but I'm not going to be sticking out like a sore thumb anytime soon.
And I guess I get that, you know, because like that community has been considered one of the vendetta communities from, you know, like kind of like Undertale or FNAF.
Such a shame.
Just because Tumblr got a hold of it basically, and that doesn't change the show. You know, that doesn't make the show any worse. That doesn't make you any worse.
I haven't watched a lot of Steven Universe, but it's such a good show.
I guess I do understand you. Like, I wouldn't want to, even though I really like Steven Universe, I wouldn't want to wear a Steven Universe t-shirt just because of that.
I mean, I'm not going to wear a Sailor Moon t-shirt.
I guess you've brought me down a little bit. I get you.
Yeah.
I'm not going to wear Magic Girl bitches on my shirt. unless it's super
Not yet.
subtle. Not yet.
Not yet.
Get me there, and then we'll do it.
If someone got me some garnet gauntlets, I'd be all over them, dude. I don't care.
Oh yeah.
I don't care.
There'd just be some Hulk hands, yo.
We could just get like a.
I don't care if I'm not a lesbian. Yeah, I'll wear them.
We could get Hulk hands. We could spray paint them, and we could like chisel the veins out. And then there you go.
Exactly.
Yeah. Put the big
Go
rock
get some
in there.
like gems and just like hot glue those things on.
Hell yeah.
Well, let's talk about that for a minute. You know, what are some things that you guys like that you hate the fandom of? Because there's several that I can think of.
Right now, actually, I got one real quick.
Yeah, go for it.
I just finished playing Mass Effect Andromeda. That's a big topic. Well, was a big topic. I enjoyed the game. However, the animations were pretty bad.
I've seen it.
However, yeah, they're really bad.
Yeah.
I feel like, though, a lot of the hate is coming from the fandom. Some think that they have a right to having, like, what they want from these studios. And it's kind of messed up because they will petition, they will fight to make these guys change their creative thoughts and ideas. And that's getting very lost.
Yeah.
I feel like.
Yeah. Whenever you take away creative freedom from the creators, I mean,
it's a little silly.
What do you get in the end?
Because and then it's like the thing that's special is it's original. Like Star Wars, like the original Star Wars will never be topped, I don't think, because it's like the original creation. It's like the original thing, and then new Star Wars is this different thing, and it's kind of like what they're saying. I don't know.
Oh yeah. There's a lot of people getting their hands on Star Wars and putting their own ideas into it, I feel like.
Yeah.
Sequels are hard.
Yeah, sequels are hard.
Like,
oh yeah.
Just take that in. Sequels are hard.
Yeah.
So you're either gonna make something a lot better, or you're gonna make something marginally worse in the people's eyes, and you have to accept that going in.
Yeah, it is a shame that Mass Effect's community is pretty toxic in a way, though. Like, I never got super into Mass Effect. I never really played them, but I've always like noticed the fandom, and they're a little wild.
Yeah, they can get wild.
The specific ones that I know of are the ones that kids really got a hold of.
Like FNAF.
The number one of all time has got to be Minecraft.
Probably.
I remember when Minecraft was just a bunch of chill old boys just sitting around playing Legos for adults, and then people, and you know, I'm not trashing these guys. I don't blame them. They found out that kids really, really like watching Minecraft videos. And I'll say a bunch of chill boys, but I was like 12, 13 whenever this came out. Whenever Minecraft really started getting big. And no, well, I guess I was about 13 whenever Minecraft was really first coming around. But so you know, I wasn't that old, but got into it, and I just remember even when I started playing it then that there were like really young kids that were playing it, and then it became all young kids, like every bit of it. And that's when I started to learn that, man, children love YouTube. They absolutely love it. And so you got guys like Captain Sparkles and stuff that made a living off of just playing Minecraft for kids.
Minecraft for kids. Yeah, and, YouTube community can be a little rough.
So like I used to be all over some Minecraft merch, and then I mean, you know, to be fair, you know, I wasn't a lot.
You still rock a little bit.
Yeah, I'll still rock a little bit. Whatever. I've got some in my truck. I got that little Steve hanging up, I think. If I ever put him back up, he fell down one time and he got kind of dirty. I don't know if
I've ever seen that, so maybe not.
Yeah, he may not be there.
Maybe not.
I feel like you still have a creep though or something.
I've probably got something sitting around.
I'm trying to think. I don't know. I can't remember. I feel like I've seen it, but I don't know.
Probably.
There's like small communities that have like that. Like it has like FNAF has that. Undertale has that.
Yeah. Undertale's got a bad one.
Yeah, but like Nintendo's community isn't so great either. Like
it's honestly not.
Like people like, I don't agree with everything that Nintendo's done recently. I don't agree with Virtual Console takeaway. I don't agree with how bad their internet is. But
no, yeah,
like they're still good.
Nintendo's biggest problem is they need to acknowledge that their true core fan base is older now.
Yeah.
And it's fine to appeal to children, but they need their audience isn't just children.
Yeah.
It's not.
It's
like there's no reason to have all these restrictions on the internet, and like there's no reason to have a third-party app that you can talk to people on. People know what online play is. Nowadays, when people give their kids access to the internet, they know what's on the internet.
Yeah.
So I think that, parental guiding and stuff is awesome. I think that it's a great option, but I don't think that things should be so centered around parental guidance that it ruins the experience. That's the big part about the Switch, is that they don't want people to have as much. They don't want kids to have a bunch of freedom to just talk to people online and get cursed at and stuff.
Yeah. Like the worst thing is when Nintendo will like announce a game and it's not what people expect, and they just rip it to shreds. Like for example, Federation Force, Metroid Prime. Like, they just obliterated that game. They went to YouTube. They disliked every trailer and into the millions, maybe even.
It's
rough.
Rough.
Just like Federation. And the thing is, they're still gonna get the game. I know plenty of people who shit on Federation Force, still got the game, still enjoyed it, but still shit on it, like as if just because it's not exactly what they wanted. Like I don't know.
And see, that's the poison of it, is that there are a lot of people that don't like Nintendo are complaining that Nintendo does the same thing over and over again. And there's this portion of the fan base that just gets mad when Nintendo tries to do anything different, and that sucks.
Yeah, it's
like I know people when Mario Kart 8 was first coming out, they were like, "It's stupid that you can go underwater and that the tracks flip sideways and stuff."
It's awesome.
It's awesome. Like, why would you not like it?
Like
I know people that said that.
Breath of the Wild, biggest change we've ever had to Zelda, pretty much, other than the shift from 2D to 3D, and it was great. I mean, there were some things I didn't love about it.
I'm glad that they. It's fine to acknowledge that you have an opinion about it, but you don't need to act like it's a dang tumor, Like, it's a great game. Like, enjoy it for what it is. Just enjoy it for what it is.
This is a really good game. Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, I do. The thing is, Nintendo must know that their core audience is adults, because a lot of their trailers for like the Switch and Switch games is adults playing them.
Yeah.
In the park.
It's true.
And
it's true.
I like the ballpark.
Yeah. Playing some b-ball.
So like these guys are playing basketball, so they'll go play basketball on the Switch instead.
Yeah.
On a tiny screen with tiny controllers.
See, like
tiny.
I think that a part of the problem is the fact that when we were young, the ESRB was young, which is you guys know, of course, it is the group that decides what games are going to be rated.
The Educated Stinky Rating Board.
When kids when parents looked at the Educated Stinky Rating Board, they, at least mine, I know plenty that were, and they saw the rating, they'd be like, "You can't play this. You're not a T."
No.
Okay. I think that the ESRB kind of lost its meaning over the years because, I think that it's Call of Duty's fault. I think it's Call of Duty's fault. Because, Call of Duty was the thing where you just see, parents will be like, okay, everybody else's kids are playing this game where they shoot each other. But at the same time, it's a mature game with actual adults playing it, and they get in here with these kids, and they're cursing at the children.
Say a couple N-words.
Drop a couple N-words. Teach these kids some aspects of life they shouldn't know yet. And, that's the thing is, I feel that as time has went on, this, ESRB used to be considered pretty hardcore sacred, at least in my experience of, and the people that I grew up around were, the ESRB rating was highly paid attention to. But now I think that parents just see the game and don't pay attention to it. And I think that kids are just, Nintendo doesn't really know how to market to kids easily anymore. Just for the sake of that, whenever they come, I think that's it. That's what I'm trying to say, is that they have a game that they want to market for adults, and kids are playing it too. And they have a game they want to market for kids, but adults are also interested. So I don't think they have a focus really anymore.
It's
and
the
that's
Splatoon
a big part
curse.
Of it.
Yeah.
It's the Splatoon curse. Thank you.
You brought up online, and it made me remember that on Christmas Eve I got Modern Warfare 3, and I booted it up, and I played a couple online games, and I was in the game chat, and there was a guy in there, and he was talking. I was like, I'm waiting for Christmas. And he was like, yeah, well, Santa ain't fucking real. It shattered me. It shattered me.
I'm waiting for Christmas.
Yeah, well, Santa ain't fucking real.
That's funny. That's awesome.
Oh, man.
And like, you know, that's it. You know, when people have online interactions, they don't think of whoever's on the other side of the screen as a real person, and that's a kind of a problem.
No, it's the worst.
Love it.
Internet toxicity is a plague. It's bad, especially like on Twitter and such. But
that's why responsible parents just need to take responsibility in what their kids are doing.
yeah,
I didn't get internet access to my games until I was in high school.
I didn't either. Which, I mean, I didn't have internet until high school.
I didn't know how to do the internet, but then I figured it out, and I played Animal Crossing, and my parents didn't really seem to care. But I don't know. But then again, it was Animal Crossing. I mean, I don't know.
What was that on the GameCube?
That one was on the Wii. That was the City Folk.
Yeah, the Wii one was big online. Like Nintendo actually really pushed that.
I mean, the first one I played was City Folk, but then, not City Folk, but Wild World. But then
I can't see people in that game getting toxic for any reason.
Yeah, no, it was fun.
You've always had to jump through all these loops in Nintendo though, for online. Like you have to buy extra accessories.
Friend code.
Like friend codes. And have you seen the setup of what you need to do to talk in a party on Splatoon?
It's the worst.
It's ridiculous.
It's ass.
You have to have like 4 different extensions or something like that.
And you have to use your
then
cell
you
phone.
also have to have you have to have your cell phone involved. You have to buy this gross little Nintendo headset. You have to have their friend codes still. There's still no fantastic way to just friend people on Nintendo, and I hate that. Like, it's stupid.
And
that you can't just look somebody up and be like, all right, there's my friend.
They need to call Sony up, man.
They're going to see it.
They need to call Sony up over there next door. They'd be like, Sony, tell me how to get the online. And then they do it, and it's great. It's good.
I mean, it's just,
that sounds ridiculous.
Yep.
Nintendo, like, they do something so right, you know? Like, $20 a month for internet, or for Wi-Fi. If you're going to charge for your Wi-Fi connection, do it cheap. Because it doesn't... like, you have the servers. The servers are going to be running. There's no need to just run people into the ground with it. They're already paying for all the DLC and stuff. And Nintendo is very humble with that. Everybody appreciates it. Even though it's not the best online service because of Nintendo's hoops.
How much was it?
$20 a year. I said $20 a month earlier. I didn't mean to say that.
Okay.
$20 a year.
I was going to say. That's pretty cheap.
Yeah,
$20 a month would actually be the most expensive on the market. But
Xbox and like PS4 was like $60 a year.
$60 a year. Yeah.
I think Xbox is even going up too. I think I might be wrong.
Probably
with that.
is.
That's gross.
Yeah.
They're starting. Well, that's the thing is like they're realizing that like, hey, in order to use this machine, people need to have internet. Almost everybody has internet connection now. So most games that come out now have online connectivity.
It's the worst.
They're like, we're having them buy the connection already. Why don't we package in extra stuff and make the price go up?
It's literally paying
that's what they're doing.
to keep using your console, and it's
that's what they're doing, and that sucks, you know. And I've always appreciated that out of Nintendo as well. Is that Nintendo still pays attention to the co-op, the couch co-op, which has been a dying brand for years.
Has all those indie developers,
and I love that.
Yeah.
They focus on a lot more solo games, which, I mean, of course, Sony and Microsoft do have their solo games as well, but just not nearly at the plethora that Nintendo's ever.
No, those aren't the moneymakers right now. Online is.
It's true.
Specifically right now, it's Battle Royales.
Yeah.
God.
Yeah.
Listen, boys, I'm going to get COD, I'm going to get Black Ops 4.
I'm sorry.
I'm going to play it. I'm going to, Treyarch is my golden brand for Call of Duty. I haven't gotten Call of Duty since Black Ops 3. I loved Black Ops 3. I played a whole lot of it. And I'm going to keep buying Treyarch games until they disappoint me. But I will go ahead and say that this is likely going to be the one. I don't have a lot of hope for it going in. I'm going to get it. I'm going to play it. I'm sure I'll have a decent time, whether if it's good or bad. But it will probably be the last Call of Duty game I ever buy.
I'm so upset by Battlefield 5, but I don't know. We can talk about that after fucking Call of Duty.
I've never played a single Battlefield game.
I was just about to ask what Cole thought about the new trailer because of Battlefield 5.
I heard now. I actually might watch this while you all keep talking because I heard about it at work earlier.
That's fucking weird.
I heard that they said that
it's not as bad as they exaggerated. I can guarantee you that right now. But
they
it's pretty bad.
That I'm sure the game will be fantastic, but he said the trailer is atrocious.
Okay, so the trailer
is absolutely awful.
Battlefield has always been mine. I was not much of a COD. I was more Battlefield because I did like some Call of Duties. I liked Modern Warfare 2, Modern Warfare 3, and Black Ops 1, especially zombies. But Battlefield just I felt better in multiplayer matches. I felt like there was so much more to do.
Okay.
So I've been a long time fan.
So I have this pulled up. I want you to keep talking about this.
So
I'm going to watch this while you keep talking.
The main problem with it, while you're watching it, is that Battlefield has always based itself in like extreme reality. It's always been like we are the realistic shooter. If you want realism, go to us. And this,
they have the like breakable landscape and the actual like inside pilot physics and stuff. And
Battlefield
really cool.
5 looks ridiculous, cheesy, and inaccurate as shit. Especially somewhere in that trailer, there was a female who comes up to the main player, and she has a prosthetic arm. I didn't know this until today, but the prosthetic arm is accurate to time. It could actually work, but it's a female soldier. Females weren't soldiers in World War II, and people are pissed off about that.
Oh yeah, I'd say so. All right, so just before I keep watching this and you guys keep talking, I want to acknowledge this video has 5.5 million views. It has 209,000 likes and 186,000 dislikes, so it's almost split down the middle.
Yeah.
So you boys keep talking about Battlefield. I've never played it. I'm gonna watch this.
Okay, I might still get it. Okay. I don't know.
I was always more of a Call of Duty guy because I like the arcade run around and just shoot people.
Yeah.
I liked the concept of Battlefield. I wanted to get into it, but I played a couple of rounds as a demo, and boy, was I out of my element.
It's like playing Battlefield like a normal shooter is like trying to play BioShock as a normal shooter. BioShock isn't just a normal pick up and play FPS. There's some depth to it. And that's how I always saw Battlefield. There was more depth than Call of Duty.
Oh yeah,
just pick it up and go.
The maps were always huge too, and most of Battlefield was objective based, where Call of Duty is just like the norm is team deathmatch.
Mm-hmm.
While Battlefield was like you needed to do objectives and you needed to know the fastest routes and how to get there.
Yeah, like you had to learn your layout in Battlefield. It just, I don't know. I like, and I'm not much of a competitive player, so like easy like arcade shooting multiplayer just wasn't for me. But I'm like I'm like the minority when it comes to that. So
I feel like it's where you start out at, especially as a younger adult, because I started with Call of Duty. I was working my way through different prestiges, and I was rocking in team deathmatch, and once I thought I was good, I moved into hardcore mode and found out that mode is so much easier because people die instantly.
Yeah, I did always prefer hardcore over regular, but none of my friends ever wanted to play hardcore. It was the worst.
Well, the thing was just like, it was super easy. The drawback was I didn't get a HUD. I liked that because the HUD was just in the way a lot of the time.
Yeah. Yeah, you had to want it.
Oh yeah. But like I said, I tried Battlefield out. Couldn't really get into it. I do like the fact that they have roles. There's the medic. There's the big tanky guy. Yeah. And then the vehicles were always fun.
Yeah, the games are so long, but like I always liked the role. You could just like, if you got tired of running around and dropping health packs, you could get in a plane or something and be like, I don't know what it's called, a specialist or whatever. I don't know.
Yeah.
So I gotta say that I was pretty honestly on board. Like, I saw what people meant, that, like, the trailer's really all over the place. The guy's sliding around and shooting people, and he's jumping out of a window and rolling and acting like he didn't do anything. I did not see the katana. I gotta say, that one must have slid by me.
Yeah, I forgot about that.
But I was about to say, I was pretty still on board until the very end, where I saw the girl knock the already ridiculous man who climbs up on top of you and
he looks like he's out of fucking Far Cry or something.
Yeah, and then he gets kicked out of the way and mashed in the head with a wooden plank from this lady, and I was like, okay, this is ridiculous.
Yeah, I got Battlefield 1. I love Battlefield 1. The campaign is so accurate, so fun, so enjoyable. But that just looks weird. I might get it. I might not. I don't know. We'll see.
I have fully committed to this new world of waiting for reviews.
Yeah.
I'm done with pre-ordering. I've been burned one too many times on looking at a trailer and being like, "Oh, that looks cool," and then I play it. And I'm like, "This is terrible."
Yeah. No. Yeah. I never got into pre-ordering. I pre-ordered Dark Souls 3 and something else, but I don't know. I just never got into it because I've always been that way. I just didn't trust games immediately. Like
I got pressured by GameStop.
Boy.
It's true. What's that?
I was gullible.
Oh.
Whenever I go in at GameStop and they'd be like, "Hey, you want to put $5 down for a pre-order?" I'd be like, "Sure."
Sure. We'll play that. We'll play the new God of War.
That's the thing, like, you pre-order, you know, unless there's a pre-order bonus that I want, I generally don't do it.
But Cole,
like, you better pre-order the game so you make sure you get your copy.
You get this
keychain. You get this keychain. You better pre-order the game so you make sure you get a copy of it. I'm going to get a copy of it. Like that.
Oh, yeah.
I'm not worried about that. If you don't have it, I assure you I will go somewhere else.
I did pre-order Crash Twinsanity because it was just 3 games I'd already played, so that was the one I was thinking about.
That one seems like a good pre-order.
I pre-ordered several.
Yeah.
I pre-ordered Black Ops 2 and Black Ops 3. I know I pre-ordered both of those. And I went to the midnight release of Black Ops 3. I'm trying to think of the midnight releases I've been to, because those are the ones I've obviously pre-ordered. I can't remember all of them.
And Destiny.
I've pre-ordered several.
I didn't pre-order Destiny, but I went to the release with you. Destiny 2.
I pre-ordered that like the day before or something like that.
Oh man, Destiny. I bet that
which
was
I've done that.
choice.
I've done that with several, just because I'm like, well, I'll jump on the hop wagon with some buddies, and I'll play it on midnight release, and then a lot of times the only way to get a game on midnight release is to actually have a pre-order for it. So I did that.
Destiny 2. That's a game that people hate or love, or Destiny in general.
Oh, yeah.
Really.
I loved it for the time that I played it.
And there's DLC.
I was completely out of it.
I have the DLC, and I would play the DLC, but everyone's kind of past it, so I don't know if I'll play it.
I just never really plan on. Honestly, I'd sell it if they wouldn't give me $4 in return.
That's true. I wouldn't sell it because I do still want to play the DLC. I bought the season pass and I haven't touched any of the DLC. I don't know. It's just, I don't know. I would love to play whatever raids there are now. I know that the newest raid, one of the best raid teams took like 8 hours to do it, so it's apparently like really hard. That sounds
exhausting.
Yeah, it does. It does. But
can you not tackle that in pieces, or do you have to?
There's checkpoints. There are checkpoints. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, you can. After you.
Oh, you said that sounds exhausting, but we play MOBAs.
True.
Yeah, but that's only like an hour.
After you.
Yeah, but that is a guaranteed hour.
I think like.
Well, it depends on how much we suck.
After you beat like a boss or something, I think you can do that or something. I don't know. There's checkpoints though for sure. They added checkpoints after. There might have always been checkpoints, but I know for a fact that it was like the last Destiny 1 raid that they added. There was some more checkpoints or something like that. But there were checkpoints. So,
well, boys, I think we're getting pretty close to an hour.
Yep.
Would you like to wrap this up on anything specific?
Do you want to plug anything, either of you? I don't know if you got anything to plug.
Hal has a YouTube channel, but he's never posted to it.
I
have a YouTube channel, but I haven't posted to it in 2 years.
It depends. I'm looking forward to recording more with you guys.
Yeah.
And if I have fun, then I might do it on my solo time.
Well, there you go. There's one thing. Look forward to me and Pal on the channel. We haven't made any official announcement or anything, but this is officially Couch Force Summer, where we're not all in the apartment. So uploads have obviously not been as fluent. I think we had like a 2 or 3 day period or something like that. I mean, that's fine.
Well, I missed 1 day with Skyward Sword, but since then, we've had double uploads almost every day. Especially next Monday, I'm starting Mario Maker Mondays.
Yeah, I saw that you uploaded that.
And so every Monday there's gonna be Mario Maker. Every every few Wednesdays there will be like either a best of or a something special. Maybe we'll upload a behind the scenes then if we have one. Tuesdays and Thursdays is Flash Force. Friday is Ride or Die, and Saturday is if we have any multiplayer content.
Yeah, which will be likely like I haven't been playing Fortnite lately because I've gotten back into Dota and I've been playing a bunch of that. But me and Alex do plan on recording some Fortnite.
Record anything.
And
I mean,
also,
if Dota's even
I'm
interesting,
sure that,
then feel free to do Dota.
Consider it.
We could do like a highlight reel of Dota every now and again.
Yeah, I mean, if you recorded like 2 hours or something or whatever of Dota, or 1 hour, 2 hours, I would edit it down and find epic moments and the funny moments.
I'll surely consider it.
Yeah.
And then also, but I'm sure that Tyler may end up going home and recording some with his friends, or Austin may end up coming up and recording a series. I think that they mentioned they were going to play a series. Things to expect from me and Pal, at least possibly. I don't know how much we'll end up doing of all of this. I believe that me and Pal are for sure going to play Enter the Gungeon, and I believe that me and Pal are for sure going to play Hollow Knight. But there also might be some Bioshock or something. We'll see where it goes. But that's a good announcement, Tom. Though is that the main uploads of the main series may get continued every once in a while from whenever we're all at the apartment and we have time to record more episodes. But we didn't have the opportunity to backlog like we did last year, and that's fine.
Basically,
we'll still have plenty to upload.
We're gonna try to keep at least Pikmin or Conquer or Zelda uploaded like once a day. But I mean, if something slips up, we'll always have something back up.
We'll have something. We'll throw something out there.
And I'm streaming. I've been streaming on the Couch Force Twitch almost every day.
I'd actually like to start streaming. I'll stream Dota.
I have it. I have Couch Force Twitch set to host you too, by the way. So
sick.
So
nice. I'll either be streaming that on my personal Twitch or on the Couch Force Twitch, one or the other.
I might even.
But
stream something later tonight. I don't know.
I think that's about it, boys.
Okay.
Sounds good.
All right.
Thanks for having me.
Tyler, right now, I want you to know that I want the intro and outro song of this to be "Yeah Right" by Joji, and I don't know if you've heard that song yet.
It's
but
a good
really
song.
Good.
Yes, it is. All right,
Okay.
well, do that. Well, thanks for riding with us today on Ride or Die episode 3. My guests have been Cole and Pal, and I have loved them. They're my sweet little boys.